Hi everyone, I'm Shimona and I work with the National Training and Impact team at Teach for India. I work with different cities, the different 8 cities that we have, where we have Teach for India operating in. And I am in charge of instructional design and training, basically teacher training in general. And I mostly work with the content areas of math and writing. Um, but for the purpose of this bot, I am the I forgot the word that y'all used for this, but the expert on
I
the
think we
field
call them
expert.
field level experts. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
People that know
yeah.
what they're talking about when it comes to
Yes,
usage.
yes, yes, yes. So that's who I am, and I have Bala and Nitesh with me as well. Um, should I ask them to introduce themselves or should we move on?
You can go ahead. Yeah, sure. But
Okay,
short, you know.
all right. Um, okay. So at with the Gooey bot, we actually piloted two types of bots over here. We have Nest and we have Tara, and we'll come to that in a bit. What we're going to be doing in this demo is just taking you through Nest and Tara, what these bots do, how they're different from each other, and who the intended users are. We'll go a little bit into the demos for the bots as well. And post that, we'll share a little bit about our reflections, our learning, what our users have shared with us about what's working, what's not working. And based on that, how do we want to implement those reflections into our next steps for the next phase? So with that, I will share our intended users, and these users are actually our Teach for India fellows. So Teach for India runs a 2-year fellowship program where mostly fresh graduates join the fellowship to make a difference, make a change. They work as full-time teachers in under-resourced English medium government or private schools in 8 cities in India. And they teach grades 1 to 10. So they're placed in any classroom from grade 1 to 10. There are about 40 to 80 students in the classroom. So they either are in charge of the entire classroom. So they're the class teacher, the homeroom teacher for that class, or they're subject teachers. So they're only teaching English or they're only teaching math. And our fellows work in the communities that need like a lot of resources in under-resourced communities, right? So our fellows work in really difficult communities, and they're trying to make this difference. They're trying to make a change, increase academic growth, increase academic outcomes. The gap to grade, especially after the pandemic, has been really, really wide, and that's what everyone's working towards to make sure that one day all children in India will attain an excellent education, regardless of where they come from. And it's all about student voice, choice, partnership, and just tackling ed and inequity from within the system itself. And the problem that we were trying to solve with this bot is that um, so these are our teachers. Our fellows are these full-time teachers, and they're managed by teacher coaches. And each teacher coach has around 15 to 20 fellows under them. But given there are like 100 different things that teachers do in general or fellows do in general, and there are 100 different things that the teacher coaches are also doing, we thought that this would be a great way to save time, money, energy for both the teachers and the teacher coaches. Bala, Nitesh, do you want to add anything else?
No, Shimon, I think we can speed up. We also are on
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have Nest over here, and Nest is the more reflective bot. So it asks a lot of questions to the fellows and it doesn't give a direct solution to the fellows. So I've just picked this up from the prompts that we've put in the bot itself. So we're actually helping the fellows reflect and not just give them a direct answer. And Tara, on the other hand, is something which is more direct. So if a fellow asks a question, Tara just responds to the fellow depending on the resources that we shared with all of them. And it tries to avoid jargon as much as possible. It does ask more questions to gather more information, but this is just more direct. So Tara is more direct and Nest is more reflective. Bala, do you want to do the demo for Tara and Nest?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. I will just take quick 2 minutes. Yeah, so the medium that we're using the bots is WhatsApp. So we've deployed both the bots on 2 different numbers. And this is from a small pilot that we've conducted with about 20 fellows. And this is like a question that was asked by one of the teachers. And so this is the Nest version, which is the more reflective version of the bot. And as you can see, it starts off with deep dive questions, asking me more about what happened, what are some common moments where this has happened, etc. And just asking the same question to Tara. Yeah, Tara should give us like a solution or a ready to implement strategy. A little bit longer. Yeah. So as you can see, I immediately got like solutions from based on the knowledge base that we have uploaded that then the teacher or the fellow could, directly take and use in the classroom. So for the pilot, we wanted to understand what sort of a support bot that the fellows would appreciate more. Would it be something that would help them deep dive and understand what was happening, or do they want solutions? And Shimona will continue sharing about what we've learned from this short pilot study that we've conducted.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Bala. So what worked in terms of the bots is like Nest asking a lot of clarifying questions. Tara gives a lot of resources. Both bots is what people said are both empathetic and conversational, and they used it the most when they were planning for a lesson, when they're feeling stuck or after like a really difficult class. In terms of what could be areas of development or improvement, is Tara was a little too generic while Nest was very repetitive. And while Tara doesn't ask a lot of reflection questions, so it doesn't support deeper thinking. Some fellows also shared that they would have liked the creation of visual aids like charts or graphic organizers for the lessons for the classrooms. And also they felt that the bots struggle to adapt to ongoing or evolving challenges. In terms of specificity, in terms for Nest, for example, again, it was very relevant, it was very contextual, it was very reflective, but it was very repetitive. And the solutions that it gave was also not that creative or fun. On the other hand, Tara was very quick, gave direct answers, integrated a lot of the resources, and it's just good for like your basics. While again, it was just very generic and there's limited reflection support. And hence, what we're thinking of in terms of our next steps, this is hidden over here, I don't know why. But we're thinking of a bot that combines the best of both worlds. And we'll just give them that choice in the beginning itself, saying that, would you like to reflect or try a quick strategy? So we're combining the best of Nest and Tara both. We're also thinking of asking them for their subject. What subject do you teach? What grade do you teach? Right in the beginning itself, so it's not that generic. And also asking if you've tried this already. If no, then I'll suggest something new. And finally, these are all prompt related, so we'll just need to make those modifications to the prompts. But in terms of the rollout plan, we're planning to start a pilot for 100 fellows and scale to all of the fellows that we have at Teach for India. And then finally also integrate it into Firki, which is our teacher training platform for wider support. And yeah, that's it.